The US runs a global ballot, as you're aware, but only Americans, quite properly, have the franchise. In this circumstance that confronts us a week or so out from Election Day, this is the closest presidential ballot since 2000. Al Gore and George W. Bush, state of Florida, hanging chads, the Supreme Court, and so on, which people may recall. Now, every American has the vote in the 50 states, but there are 7 really contestable states called the battleground states, and they range out in the southwest, Nevada and Arizona. On the east coast, you have Georgia and North Carolina. And in the Midwest, what used to be known as the Blue Wall, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. Now, you've got to throw in Nebraska too, because the state of Nebraska will split its electoral college delegates, and Nebraska too may be significant in either candidate getting to 270 votes. So it's very close. The last 10 days or so are really going to matter, no question about that. The signs are that the voters are aware of how important this election is above 2020. If you look at the state of Georgia, the voting in the booths around Atlanta is extraordinarily high. Now, at the moment, that would suit the Democratic Party because in the main, it's their core constituencies that turn out, particularly African Americans. So that's happening at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see as people continue to vote, and a lot of Americans are voting now and have voted. So you have a circumstance in each state. There are different issues. The two candidates are defined in most Americans' minds, particularly Donald Trump, to a lesser extent Vice President Harris, who's done an extraordinary job from a standing start. Endorsed by President Biden, she put together a campaign that's in large measure unified the Democratic Party, raised over $1 billion and done things that people didn't believe could happen, like appearing on Fox News. So marks to her now. I give marks to Donald Trump for one dimension of his character, probably one dimension only, and that is resilience.
You've been actually pretty good this time.
That is resilience.
Yeah, look, he is, no doubt about it.
He behaves like an Atlantic City wrestling promoter, and he knows that cuts through. And there are research results to suggest that among the Trump constituency, there are a lot of people who don't take him seriously, but they like to be entertained. So they wait for something that he says that is truly outrageous on any given day. For Trump, that's part of controlling the narrative.